And welcome back to Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. Last time, we made it into Semafort, where we learned our Jean was actually an imposter, and the real Jean told us that, and put him in jail. But then we found out that the real Jean was actually the imposter, and our Jean is the real Jean. So now we're trying to find proof that our Jean is indeed the real Jean. To that effect, we're looking for Nemufu, since our Jean gave her his royal ring. Now, if you go to the Witch Tower, I believe if you step on the tile to enter the place, you know, that one that caused the enemy encounters, you'll be told Nemufu, like, went out to a restaurant or something. Either that, or you get to the top of the place and one of the kids up there tells you. Either way, we have to go to the Wildcat restaurant. Hey, it's a witch convention. So, looks like, witches all look the exact same. Oh, reunion party, okay. I guess that stands to reason. That's creepy. That's one way of putting it. So yeah, that means she's in the bathroom. But this is the reason why you want to do the Wildcat Restaurant side quest before going to Semafort. Because as soon as Jean is taken out of your party, I believe when you're directed to go here, they replace the... well, the witch is coming. There's no regular patrons here. And if you haven't done the side quest yet, you still have to do the whole, you know, get ready to eat and fight the chef. Oh, it looks like that witch is a bit of a scrapper. But when you get in here, the witches will be here and you can't get the side quest reward and you lose it forever. So I wouldn't get that HP or Chop Chop, and that would be no fun at all. Oh, looks like she wants to fight. This girl's just a watered-down version of Nemufu, so just go on the offensive and you'll win. I do like this background, though. This is, like, the only place in the game where this background is used. And by like, I mean is. I don't know who that guy is, though. He's not here when we get back. Anyways, you can fight that girl infinitely. Every time you talk to her, she'll just throw you into another fight for 50 experience points a pop. Probably the most boring grinding strategy ever. Anyways, into the bathroom. I mean, it looks like Nemufu has some self-esteem issues. No, we just want the ring. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's a royal ring. This was not part of the deal. Looks like... Alright, we're gonna have to do some fishing. Well, I guess. Whoa, quite the expansive sewage system they've got down here. So yeah, we're in the toilet now. Hey, maybe while we're down here we can find Capcom's reputation, too. No, we're just here for the ring. And this is the dumbest thing ever. We go to reach for the ring, it slips away, starts floating away, and we just head over here. I don't know why they do this. There's no enemies in here, there's no treasure, there's no reason to explore it, you're just in the toilet. And this makes it take longer than necessary. Alright, now that that's taken care of, let's get back to Semafort. Unfortunately, we don't have our warper anymore, so we just have to walk back. Listen, it's important to, well, the frog guy. Oh, come on, don't be like that. Oh, looks like the witch reunion is over. What have you guys got to say about that? That is a very strange mindset to have. I can't imagine that you'll stay in business too long with that kind of motto. Well, let's get out of here. That was all weird. But now that we have the royal ring, we should have decent proof that Jean is indeed who he says he is. Oh wow, that is just amazing. She's even got a 5% penalty to her offense, and she's still popping out that damage. Of course, with that 20% bonus, Jeff is still doing a lot better. It's going to be a while before we can see damage figures that amazing consistently. But for the time being, it's pretty cool. Still, yeah, those, the people of Semaphore just don't seem to really care too much that, this complete imposter, who's very obviously an imposter, is taking over their kingdom. I mean, what kind of plans could this guy have? That one frog told us that he seems to have an interest in Saint Eva. Saint Eva seems to be coming up a lot wherever we go. I mean, I know it's a pretty popular religion right now, but still, seems odd how everywhere we go where we see some of Saint Eva, there's also lots of stuff involving demons going down. Wonder if this prince guy has anything to do with demons, potentially. This isn't the first time we've seen a person who is not only an imposter, but also a demon. Well, wouldn't be the first time. Alright, so this should resolve this whole situation, right? It's a one-of-a-kind ring. Any attempt at a forgery should be pretty obvious. Jean, let's just get this over with. I really want to get out of here. One of the big things that I hate about Semaphore, just compared to other town areas, that this place actually has a very confusing layout, which we'll hopefully be seeing a little of later. Alright, now that's just a little condescending. Although I guess that's close to how the actual Jean sounds. Alright, let's get this all taken care of. Surely the king will be able to tell who's the real Jean. It's not going to be that easy, is it? Looks like he actually did his homework on trying to complete the disguise. I guess, you know, the whole looking like Jean thing is just secondary. Has the king got anything to say about this? Is he gonna weigh in at all? Oh, okay, that's a little extreme. Oh, was he asleep this whole time? Oh dear, even the king is just spacing out completely. You would think that the words of the princess would hold some sway with the people. But it really does seem like the people of Semaphore just don't care about anything. I don't know why she's saying that in the direction of the imposter when she's supposed to be talking to the real Jean. This is just getting so confusing. Somehow I feel like this isn't going to be an unbiased contest. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. At the very least, this bought us some time. Okay, what? Why are we getting dragged into this? Alright, well, hopefully Jean has a plan for this. The Goldfly pudding, huh? Cockroach and green onion salad, huh? Worm with caramel sauce and goldfly pudding. Delicious. Alright, so it looks like we have to gather up the ingredients for this. rather disgusting 3-course meal. Oh, jeez. This is just not going to go our way, is it? I'd kind of like to just preemptively take out this imposter, but it looks like that's not going to be an option. I mean, we already killed that one guard. Where do we get ingredients, though? I mean, I doubt I can just go out with a bug-catching net and get these outside. Alright, so they're pretty confident in this gold fly, so they must be a pretty popular dish among Jean's people. And we are given our directions. We have to get to the castle basement. Let's see if I can remember how to get there, because like I said, the layout to Seema Fort is just really confusing. Alright, so yeah, we need to get to the basement. It's gonna drive me nuts, because I honestly don't remember how to get there. But we do have our objective for now. Get cockroaches, goldfly, giant worms. What's my HP at? That should be fine enough. You can just throw out a few cure spells when it comes down to it. Rand has enough AP for that. But more importantly, getting to the basement. I completely forgot how you get there, so forgive me if I bungle for a minute. Also, Seema Fort's pretty annoying because of the not quite straightforward layout. It's very frequent that you'll have NPCs blocking your path. Okay, this is not the way I want to go. Jeez, this place is like a maze. Okay, this is overlooking the dining room. Remember that much. Trust me, we'll get to the next dungeon as soon as I can just remember how we get there. What's this? Well, first let's check the dresser. 1 coin. Totally worth it. Let's pull this switch, though. There's a little passage behind the painting. Let's see where this takes us. Whoa! Let's help this guy out. Okay, we'll help you. Fiolina, huh? Is there anything we can do to help this guy more? Fiolina sounds like a woman's name. Perhaps we can talk to one of those frog women in the courtyard to get some help for this guy. He said he just needs some water. Alright, this is a little detour that I can handle. Still, why was that guy chained up on the roof like that? Are you Fiolina? Tata, huh? Yeah, that's the guy at the top. Ooh, yeah, she's quick to act. Well, that should resolve that issue for Tata. Yeah, at least we were able to help someone along the way. Perhaps they'll be able to tell us something good. Alright. To go back through the painting, it doesn't stay open. You have to pull the switch every time. Minor inconvenience. Let's get back on the roof. Alright. So, yeah, it seems like, the mean imposter prince is, starting to show his true colors. Although I guess we could have figured that when, he said he was gonna kill us all. I'll just take some information. Alright, so we have to, take the windmill buckets to the basement. Money tucked away in the corner of the storage, huh? Alright. If you ask for money, he just tells you where the money is tucked away. You want to ask for info. I think there's something else at the bottom of these stairs. Oh, geez, these go on for a while. But we can't get there yet. Maybe later. You saw how his disposition went down there? It goes down no matter what you ask him for, whatever reason. And yeah, you don't have any choice but to let it go down like that. I need to get around into the windmill. That was like one of the weirder disposition changes. Alright, so we want to take the buckets down to get into the basement. Still, is this really the only way to get to the basement? Seems awfully inconvenient. I mean, what if there's something they really desperately need to get out of there? Well, whatever. Somehow, architectural sensibility doesn't seem to be a big priority in this place. Huh. Looks like there's a little path off to the side there, but we can't actually reach it. It's probably nothing. Hey, it's a goldfly! Well, we've already solved a little bit of this quest. This does not look like it's going well for this guy. Well, that's the plan. And here's the Goldfly, and this is one badass bug. He can actually hit pretty hard. That guy back there is actually dead. However, we can't actually win this fight with him. I think either it ends after you deal a certain amount of damage, or it just ends after a certain number of turns. Now, you've probably noticed that my party here is pretty physically oriented. The reason I didn't elect to bring Nino along is just because, while Sonic Boom is decently useful, the AP for it is just going to run out so quickly. I mean, I could mitigate that by buying a bunch of Wisdom Fruits, but I don't really want to sink too much money into that. Especially since you're not really supposed to have access to the method of cooking gold bars at this point in the game. Yeah, they don't really expect you to grind John up to level 14 to get Warp on your first playthrough. But the beauty of foreknowledge is that I knew to do that. And yeah, it looks like we just have to wait a few turns until this finally ends. Yeah, it wouldn't be that easy. We can't just get the Goldfly right now. Does it really need to talk, though? Whatever. Wait, are you looking for the cockroach or for the fly? Well, I guess you won't be able to tell us now. Actually, I should be making an effort to keep Sten's HP relatively high, because, like I said, if your character gets knocked back down to the critical status, the fusion automatically cancels. Well, I mean, it stands to reason. Oh, great, so not only do we have to wrangle up some bugs, they're violent bugs. Get back here. Hey, that's cheating. Maybe I should have brought Nina, she'd be able to get him. But let's see what kind of enemies we have around here. Arachnods. Yeah, Arachnods. We don't really have much in the way of strategy here. I mean, I guess the closest is I can have Rand cast Thunder and see how that works out. Of course, if Cat gets a critical hit, that'll just take these guys out right away. Maybe I should put Cat in the second position. She just hits so hard. Yeah, the Thunder was completely pointless, so I'm probably just going to auto-battle most of these fights. Just as well, I should probably save my AP for healing. Ooh, Flame. Flame is a Tier 2 multi-targeting spell of the fire variety, as you could probably guess from the name. Pretty expensive for Sten, but Nina will eventually learn it. She can use it to greater effect. Let's see, how much AP? 12, so only 2 castings. Those chest enemies back there, the Mimics, they're actually one of the few enemies in the game that can drop the gold bait item, so it helps to remember where you encounter these chest-type enemies, because you will eventually want to have a good supply of the gold items. Also, if I recall correctly, these guys are decently resistant to magic. Actually, I'm not sure how much of the flame equipment is actually fire elemental. I noticed that Cat did a lot more damage than Jeff there, and the only reason I could think is that Jeff's weapon is flame elemental and they resist it, while Cat's isn't. Oh, Sten already has the Silver Dagger equipped. You can switch your equipment in the middle of combat, which is a very nice feature, especially if you have a holy weapon, but it's weaker than your typical weapon. As you can see, Sten can pop off some pretty impressive damage against these poltergeists with that. And it's definitely a good idea to have, because undead enemies... Oh, wow, I did not know those guys could drop the Wise Bloods. That is actually very useful, because otherwise, to get those, you have to follow a pretty obnoxious cooking recipe. I should have stocked up on more of the helps, but oh well. Hey, what's that down there? Did you see that little thing? It went bloop. Alright, time to just auto-battle these mimics. Oh, maybe she got a critical hit, and I just didn't realize it. Yeah, whatever. Ooh, this is the zombie status. Now, this is actually probably the most devastating status in the game if you don't deal with it quickly. Basically, okay, you see how Jeff is decomposing right there? The turn after this one, he'll turn into a zombie, and he'll turn on our team and start attacking them. Meanwhile, as a zombie, he's still susceptible to being attacked by the enemy. So that can be a pretty nasty status to have to deal with. Anything else interesting here? No. Well, we can just power through these mimics. If I recall correctly, at least one of the enemy types here was just flat out immune to magic, and that's another reason why I didn't want to bring Nina along. That's something that actually really plagues magic users in the late game, is that you'll come across a lot of enemies who are just straight up immune to it. What's going on? Ah, the bridge! What could have done that? Whoa! I presume this is the worm that we're looking for, the J worm. I'm going to presume that's supposed to be a G. Unless in this universe they spell the word giant with a J. Yeah, well, let's show off the ice dragon. I can back out of here to go get more AP when I feel it's necessary. And yeah, there's not much to this party. I just picked it because magic's not going to be too terribly useful here. So just load up on the physical. Now, like I said, the dragons are non-elemental, so every single one of them does the same thing. None of them can ever stand to do the damage cap. Oh, did Jeff get a level up at some point? I could have sworn his AP was at the maximum. Oh well. But yeah, even just being 1 AP short, you saw that it cut down the damage significantly. Instead of 512, we only got 420. It's unfortunate that Rand is out cold. Better use the Help BL on Jeff. I'm going to alternate between calling it Help, Help BL, and Help Blood. I don't know why I call them Help Bloods. That's just the first thing I can think of that BL would be an abbreviation for. Now, if he attacked Sten or Rand, they would wake up and we could get more going in terms of damage, but he doesn't seem to feel it's necessary to do that. Which I suppose is a smart move on the AI's part, although, as far as I'm aware, physical attacks are always determined the same way. There's just a chance of attacking characters in a certain position. He's got a higher counterattack rate than I remember. I didn't remember this boss being able to counterattack at all. Alright, Rand's finally up. Which is good, because Cat needs to heal herself. Yeah, this is another reason why I was dreading Semafort. The fights in this part of the game are going to be very boring. There's not really much strategy to them. Later on, we'll be having a bigger variety of, like, special abilities and buffs and other things that we can use to impede the enemy. But for now, it's just all-out slugfests. Well, I suppose this'll do just as well for the whole worm part of the recipe. He called it a boss. Well, we didn't get the gold fly, but we did get at least one part of the recipe. Hopefully we'll be able to get the remaining two next time. I hope you enjoyed watching, and please, have a nice day.